Friends, welcome to the Word on Sunday, a platform to reflect and pray with the scripture readings of every Sunday. In the corporate world of production and distribution of goods, a whole lot of energy and investment is focused on what is called quality control. To meet the growing needs of consumers and to meet the requirements of ecological balance, every product has to fulfill the criteria for quality control. We can only imagine the intensity of detailed care that needs to be given to the production of goods, especially when exporting to other countries. In doing so, a healthy producer-consumer relationships are built and strengthened between entities, organizations, industries, and even nations. On this 27th Sunday in Ordinary Time, all the three readings give us a stronger push as to go and reflect on the quality of our faith. The emphasis is on the quality. St. Thomas Aquinas famously said, quote, "To the one who has faith, no explanation is necessary. To the one without faith, no explanation is possible." End quote. As we look at the gospel reading today, the apostles come to Jesus and say, "Lord, increase our faith." And Jesus answers, "If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you would say to this mulberry tree, 'Be uprooted and planted in the sea,' and it would obey you." Go back to the first reading from Prophet Habakkuk. Habakkuk lived during the fall of Jerusalem. The entire first reading is basically a conversation between God and Habakkuk. The first part is the complaint of Habakkuk, and the second part is very thoughtful answer that God gives to Habakkuk. Two-part conversation between God and Habakkuk. Habakkuk says, "I cry out to you, violence. Why don't you intervene? There is destruction, violence before me. There is strife all over the place and clamorous discord." God says, "Wait, breathe. If it delays, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not be late." And the final sentence is the phenomenal sentence with which the first reading concludes. "The just one, because of faith, shall live." Repeat, "The just one, because of faith, shall live." The apostles asked Jesus for an increase of faith. The apostles are interested in the quantity of faith, whereas Jesus was aiming for the quality of faith. And it is beautiful how Paul, writing to 2 Timothy, fits in very pertinently between the gospel reading and the first reading. When we see destruction, discord, clamor, strife all over the place, it is easy that we could give up even in our faith, even the little quality we have. But Paul, writing to Timothy, beautifully says, "For God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather of power and love and self-control." And in the second paragraph of the second reading, it says, "The words that you heard from me, in the faith and love, you be strongly rooted." If there is anything we can ever ask of Jesus is, "Lord, increase our faith," not in the quantity of it, but in the quality of it. But now, boiling down this question of the apostles to our own reality in the 21st century, as a parish, as a community, as a larger church, as a parish, as a diocese, and as a universal church, what do we ask for an increase in? Number of families? Membership in the parish? The finances of the parish? Or even the number of ministries we have in the parish? What do we ask of Jesus for an increase? The question, the desire of the apostle should be our desire too. Lord, increase our faith, not in the quantity, but in the quality of it, so that, as Habakkuk was given an answer by God, the just one shall live by faith. Because, as Paul writes to Timothy, God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather of power, love, and self-control. The quality of our faith is seen in our tribulations, where there is discord, destruction, violence all over the place. That is when the quality of our faith comes so visibly present to us and to the world around us. And we can't emphasize enough, because God has given us such ardent faith in its quality so that we simply don't give up, because we are given not a spirit of cowardice, but a spirit of power. God tells us, if you are living, you live by the faith. And we are not to be ashamed of giving testimony and bear the share of hardships that faith might eventually bring to our doorstep. There might be violence, there might be discord, because we are living by faith. And the words heard from Paul, faith and love, we are not given from somewhere, a grocery store. The gifts of faith and love are given to us, and we have them in Jesus Christ. So the quality of faith that Jesus is aiming at has three dimensions. Faith as trust, quality of faith as an ascent, and quality of faith should be seen as a relationship. The quality of faith has to be seen in these three attributes. My quality of faith as an unrelenting trust in God, as an ascent, stepping up even during tribulations, because God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, and as a relationship. Jesus uses the analogy of the smallest of all seeds, the mustard seed, to tell the largest of all the plants, the mulberry tree, to be gone and uprooted in the sea, and it would obey us. Such quality of faith requires action to be humble. Never feel we have worked enough, because faith is our sacred duty to God. And the quality of our faith is not our own doing or achievement, because it comes to us as a gift from Jesus for a relationship with God. So let us make the desire of the apostles our own, not just in the quantity of our faith, but in the quality of our faith. God gives the gift of faith for an ascent in trust, leading to a relationship. What are we doing with the increase of the quality of our faith? So let us invest in our faith. Let us bring the task of quality control into the day-to-day living of our faith, so that we live our faith not just with the quantity, but with the quality, with the depth, even that of a mustard seed. Father Praveen Lakkisetti, here at St. Pius X Catholic Church in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you, and God bless.